Heyo, and welcome to another Razyel Kayne and NinjaBill reviews, the Wheel of Time books in review, and we are going. Bleh, no, pardon me, I am feeling very sick, so my English ain't so great. Raziel's probably sounding better. Um, we are on book 10. Last month we covered book 9, and it as at its end, at its peak, Matt and company had just gotten out when after the Shanchan had invaded, and anyway, from
Dude, you're
Ebadar.
under the weather so bad. We should have postponed, but show
Yeah,
must go on. But I feel your pain, man. But
yeah,
yeah, last week we did what was
last
it?
month.
Last month. Oh yeah,
Feels
gosh,
like a week ago sometimes, don't it?
yeah. Winter's heart, and for the life of me right now, I had a okay. Let's just talk about our weekend. My wife
Yes.
was out at her sister's place, and my kid got an ear infection. So, and I got a cold. So we pretty much did nothing the whole weekend and tried to recuperate. I've been working on my first Beast War voice actor video, which is going to be Gary Chalk.
Nice.
And so,
Hey, make sure include his music. He's a fabulous musician.
yeah, man, I'm already running way too. I have, I think, almost 4 pages on him. So he's a
Well,
big script.
yeah, well, I mean, make sure to mention. I mean, his music is like some of his holiday music. I like listening to. There's videos of him where he's playing some holiday music. It's fabulous stuff, man.
Oh yeah, I gathered that he's a musician, but such an interesting man too. So it's really cool to work on something different than the G1 Transformers,
Hmm.
and
And
just try to expand.
he's a prolific voice actor. Prolific.
He's just a regular amazing actor.
Yes, yes.
Uh,
His work on
yeah,
Stargate SG-1 was as that Russian general, man. It was great stuff. And
yeah,
some other.
General Chekhov, which has nothing to do with Star Trek.
Yep.
But yeah,
Uh,
but it's fun to work on something different. And then I did the script. I downloaded all the pictures because that's something I've learned to do. Download the picture you're going to use for each sentence before recording. Because sometimes at first I recorded first and then
yeah.
I went to the pictures and there's just some phrases I had no good pictures.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I had to make stuff up, or so I decided to go with that. Find all your picture, modify the script as needed, and so I think it's going to be interesting. And
I'll definitely watch it. I watch all
yeah,
your stuff anyway. I just watched your Bumblebee uh, uh,
mm,
Origins review. So
yeah, which actually it was supposed to be Gary Chalk,
you
but
said that on Facebook post. So
yeah,
and while we're on that subject, why don't you tell everybody who you are and where they find you, or where they
oh
can
yeah.
find you?
Eh? Um, Hi everyone, my name is Razyel Kayne, and
Wait, did
welcome
you
to
just go
another
A?
block review.
Did you
Yeah,
just
eh?
go A?
What?
Okay, sorry.
No, that's cool. So yeah, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, um, YouTube. That's about it. Tformers.com, but I just post my stuff there, and then I like a couple things to get the awards for from Bacon. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And I do toy review, toy axe review, sometimes other stuff, but the main thing, even though I have more tour review videos. But anyway, the main thing is that I'm doing voice actor spotlight. So I take an actor who voiced a G1, well, a Transformers character, and then I show you his career within 10
And
minutes.
amazing stuff. And I
Thank you.
suggest everybody go watch it. And my
Oh, you
phone is
got a call.
yeah.
Hey,
I'm about
Jigit,
to.
where can people find you, Ninja Bill?
Oh, of course, I am Ninja Bill, and you may find me at Ninja Bill Reviews here on YouTube or on Facebook as Shinobi Birru. You can follow me on Tformers as Shinobi Birru as well. I thought it was NinjaBill, but apparently it's Shinobi. It doesn't really matter. Both point towards me.
Yeah.
Just do a hashtag NinjaBill either on Facebook or YouTube. NinjaBill hashtag NinjaBill reviews. It should just bring up my stuff. So there you go. Yeah. So what did you get anything good over the last month since we last had the show? Go ahead and
Since
it's
I
it's
did,
show and tell time. You might as well do it.
what did I got? I don't know if I got the Toy Hacks decals for this guy.
Oh wow, he looks good.
So I shot the video, and I just need to. I have right now 6 videos that I shot that I didn't edit, and he's one of them. So I want to do the video before, and also I did the Toy Hacks for Clip Jumper.
Nice.
Because I realized that most of the Toy Hacks decals I get are for Season 1 character. So now I have 2, 4, 6 characters that I need to order the decals for. I have Huffer and Siege Ironhide. Well, actually, they're right here. And I received... Okay, so remember I got this guy from TFCon last time?
Mm-hmm.
So the Universe... Sunstreaker, and he goes on my Sunstreaker shelf. But I know for a fact that my son is getting me Masterpiece Sideswipe to go with my Masterpiece Sunstreaker, and possibly KO G1 Sideswipe to go with my KO G1 Sunstreaker. So
Nice.
I ordered this guy, which
Nice.
is the Universe. And you know what's brilliant about this? It's the same mold. Same mold. You just transform them a little differently. And if I wanted to do even more, I could pop the head and turn him sideways and call that spin out.
Mm-hmm.
And then I could put Sideswipe head here, turn it sideways, and call them Tiger Tracks. I think this is ingenious. This is the good Hasbro stuff that people are missing right now and complaining and leaving Hasbro. I think that's just awesome. So I actually, if I do see these two again, I just might pick it up and customize them a little bit.
Well, when you saying that is I did check that out.
Nice.
So I took the Tiger Track decals that was meant for the Toy Hacks Tiger Track decals that was meant for Tiger Track, and put them on my Sideswipe to exit, to customize him. And I think it looks so good on him. Look at that,
does, man. Wow. I like that.
You should do the same thing. I mean, look at that. That really makes Sideswipe pop. That really makes him pop.
But was there a Tiger Track and in Universe?
Yeah, it was the no, not really.
I don't think so it's just what I said, switch the head and then you get that.
Yep.
And then Toy Hacks did decals for that. That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, this is one of my favorites, so I love this. Oh yeah, it looks great, and I think you should do the same thing if you can. So because it really makes this Sideswipe.
Yeah, but they don't go for retail anymore. So
yeah, but look at the difference. I mean, just your hood. Like here's the hood, man. I mean, look. That's
looks really good.
There we go. Ooh, there we go.
And we're lined up.
Yeah, that's just
completely different. That's really cool, man. So now these are gonna go on my soon to be Lambros shelf, and then of course I have the Kingdom and the Earthrise versions of both, which are right here. But these I keep with my my Season 1 shelf. So, and
sorry, pardon me. Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I didn't really get
what else. Did I get anything else? I'm trying to think. I don't think so. Not in the last month. Oh, wait. Did I show this to you last time? Did I had that
Cosmos,
already?
yes.
Okay, Input mailed that to me. Because he had an extra one. So, but, I haven't had the time to shoot the review yet.
Well, let's see. I also wanted to show off this since you just reviewed her. Look, chrome weapons, my friend.
Yeah,
Chrome
that looks
weapons.
really good. The chrome stuff,
Oh
that's pretty
yeah,
badass.
that's cut out this light a little bit here. There we go. They just chromed weapons, man. Makes the Cyberverse figure so much better. I said Cyberverse deliberately, by the way. Fight me if you don't think so. They just slapped the Legacy logo on it. This is a Cyberverse toy. But yeah, and of course
No,
I've modified the head a little bit, but yeah, looks
you
pretty
mean
good.
the backpack or the head?
The head. I modified the head to give her a greater range of mobility. So now she gets a bit
Oh,
up. She gets a whole bunch of down, side to side. So yeah, I went in and shaved off a bit around that. So in my Facebook, I showed videos and images of how I did that work, and looks
okay.
really, 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 really good. I also got in a bunch of oversized G1 cassette tapes, multicolor. So I went ahead and chromed out all the weapons for those two. So I
Oh, no,
chromed them out.
nice.
Yep. And I like this scale for them. So here is Earthrise Optimus Prime. So I think they're a good scale.
Yeah, no, it is. Are you getting the new Studio Series 86 Rumble with the PAL drivers?
No.
Come on, man. I'm super excited for that. I can't wait
I'm
to.
super passing on it.
Oh, man. No, I can't. I can't wait. Finally, PAL drivers, man. We've never had PAL drivers.
I'm not, look, in this wave 2 or wave 3 or whatever, there's not a lot I'm excited for. Scrap Hook, I like. Um, I can't really think of a lot of the others. I might pick up Galaxy Shuttle, even though I'm really disappointed it's not a unique mold and it's not the right scale. But still, it's a Galaxy Shuttle, so I want that. And maybe Evolution Hot Shot. Maybe I
Oh,
have the
yeah.
original Armada toy, and I gotta tell you, the original Armada toy's alt mode looks so much better than that new one. That new one
That's
was
See, that's the
it,
thing. The whole debate is that now they're doing new versions of toys that were already cartoon accurate. So
yeah,
what's the point? Just reissue the exact same old toy, and a
yeah.
lot
I
of
mean,
people are going to be happy.
the robot mode is way more articulated than the original was, but
Yeah, potentially, but I mean, my son had Demolisher from Armada, and we lost it. I don't know where it is. If they would redo another Demolisher, it would have to be damn good for me to pick it up because I'm actually still looking for an Armada Demolisher to pick up. So anyway, we're gonna start the book thing, I guess.
yep, yep. So
All right.
yeah, I think we're ready to move on. So
So
as we were
survive,
saying,
survive fan. I hope you don't mind us talking about books.
yeah. So the tack pack and the key. Wow, nice from eBay. If you've seen the post, yep, I sure have. I sure have. Um, yep. I'm not a huge Hot Wheels collector. It's like I do collect, some that they have to really stick out to me. Like for example, the Decatora trucks. I love Decatora trucks. So I have the chrome blue and now the chrome gold one. I need
Okay,
to find I need to find the red one. I need to find the yellow one or
I
the
have to.
green one.
Well, my son has to.
Of course, I had to have the Wheeljack, Hot Wheels Wheeljack, because it's Wheeljack. So I had to have
Oh
him.
man, I got the.
Look at that.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I got the wheel jacks from the Authentics line. You know those like big for
Yeah, yeah,
super
yeah,
cheap. Holy
yeah.
crap, that thing
I have Soundwave, I have Megatron, I have Prime. So
those
yep,
toys, man, they're bad. I mean, even for the price,
yeah.
they
Well,
don't clip properly. They don't. My son's really
they're
happy because it's a
they're
huge
truly
sound wave.
they're truly
Not
meant
a
for
wheel jack.
children.
Oh, totally. But even that, children's can't really play with that, and they're gonna break it. So,
Yeah,
all right,
Megatron was rumored. Yeah, so as we were saying, Matt and company had just escaped Abu Dar,
yeah, with
and
two on in tow.
with Tuanto, who he was, the dice was rolling in his head, and he thought for sure, that one of them would scream bloody murder, and as he's that they were kidnapping them, he was kidnapping them, but no, they just kept quiet because Tuan, uh, in the previous book, where anytime Matt was in the palace in Ebodar, she would suddenly appear and she'd be watching him. She tried to buy the Ashendari his pike, his
Oh, here. This is the first time we see.
the Ashendari. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I love that cover. So he's she's tried to buy it. He said no. She's eyeballed his ring. Grabbed his hand and eyeballed his ring and asked to have it. Because on their way in, I think it was the previous book or the book before, um, she had one of her servants had given her a prophecy, and
oh
that
yeah,
prophecy was that when you see the ravens fly, beware the man who has beware the man of the ravens that fly or something, and beware the man that
yeah.
remembers Hawkwing's face and that whole thing, and for him you will marry and no other, and this was a foretelling, and she had that servant killed because she didn't like that foretelling, and here it's coming true, but she's got
This is
she
the extreme case of don't shoot the messenger, but she shot it.
oh yeah, she
I don't like what you're saying. Bang.
had her beheaded right on the spot. I mean,
Talk about job security, eh? We complain here, but God, pretty
yeah,
bad. But the fact
Spider
that
Smart
Matt
man.
left Abudar and now he's traveling and he has the
All these
what's
women
her
in
name?
tow.
No, but he has the that girl who's working on those cannons, well, those dragons,
Yep, yep,
um, and there, and it's very interesting, to see Matt becoming more and more of the planner,
hmm
and he knows that he's gonna have to fight a war, and now he's using everything he can to build up an advantage, and those dragons are gonna be the advantage. So that's pretty cool.
yep. And so with all these women in tow, plus Naive and or not Naive, but the kin and all those others in tow with
Yeah,
him.
exactly. So he's surrounded by what
Well,
well,
not the kin, but the Aes Sedai from the White Tower that escaped with him. So he's got some of those. He's got some of the 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 Sol Dam or the Shan Chan captured I
yeah,
and trained women, with him in tow, and he's got all these different conflicting interests, especially with the one woman from the White Tower, the one Aes Sedai, who does nothing but challenge him at every
ah,
turn, and still he saves her life. He saved her life twice now or three times,
yeah,
and she's still
and
just
she won't budge. Like that's the
like
thing with I said. They're so used to getting their way, and
yeah,
now they found the one guy who is immune to the one power because of the medallion, and just doesn't give a rat's ass about female authority or any type of authority in general.
yeah. The
So he's the antithesis of the Aes Sedai.
yeah, and I remember reading in this book, where the look on their faces when they all tried to use the one power on them, and that one we're talking about, I forget her name, but Jan or something. Um, she was super angry and tried to literally lash him with the one power, and it just bounced off him and
Yep.
evaporated, and her mouth just dropped, and all the others just looked at him wild eyed, and he just grinned at him.
Yeah. That's the
Funny
thing.
stuff.
He's gonna laugh in your face, make you more upset. And no, but this Crossroad of Twilight, it's when certain plots kind of, because Jordan went from one plot line to three to six but now it's coming back.
Yeah,
And because in this one you have about six major branch. You have Perrin, who's trying to rescue Fail
mhm.
from the Shadow Isle. You have Matt, who's trying to escape the Sanction control territories. Elaine is trying to solidify her hold on the Lion Throne.
Agwin's
Rand,
trying to, capture the White Tower.
yeah, Egwene is going to try and reclaim the White Tower. And
Yeah,
then you have Rand, who, after cleansing the One Power, yeah, which was a major event, the
hmm
cleansing.
and it was a
You see,
great battle. One of the best battles in the book
yeah,
was, when him and Nynaeve are busy cleansing the power and all this, uh, these these you know the Forsaken and all these other interested parties are trying to attack them, and and I just love that oh, I forget her name, the one that is supposed to help uh, uh
yeah,
Rand
Alina,
die. Yeah, her. I love her, man. She just wades, and they just see this small, blonde, you know, platinum blonde girl walking towards her, and you know, and one of the Forsaken does. I think it was Moghedian, and just grins at how easy this is gonna be, and
boom,
she just annihilates the Forsaken. She
yeah,
just annihilates them. Or no, it wasn't. It wasn't a Moghedian. It was Aganor, and she just kills him. She outright just murders it. Just blows up the entire area with him just standing there going, "What the hell happened?"
exactly. I mean, they're not used to that level of power from the good guys. And then you have Rand. He sends Devran Bashir, Logain, and Loyal to negotiate a truce with the Sanction. And then at the end of the book, they come back and say that, yeah, they'll take your truce, but they need you to be present, which sounds like an obvious trap. So
Yeah,
those are
yeah,
the main plot, but more in details. Let
yeah,
me just pull up the
yeah.
checklist.
So Matt and them, they go back to Val and Luca's, circus. We've seen them in a
Oh
previous
yeah,
book.
that's right.
So
That's
they
who they
go back,
travel with. That's their
and
cover.
he has to pretend that the Sean Chan noble that he brought along with him is his wife, and she's as bullheaded as anyone
Yeah,
ever.
but she's gonna play with it. She's gonna learn to. I mean, they're gonna get to know each other a little more. Um, she's gonna challenge him on Arthur Arking's face, see if he remembers it, and he's gonna deny it.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, because
or
it's
two.
all of the sign and the prophecy. Because that's the thing. The Senshin, they remember all of the omens
Yeah.
that this side of the ocean forgot. And we're gonna come to realize in book 13, the last book or the before last book, that's what Min's been seeing, the omens.
Hmm.
And I always pondered, is that how the omens came to be? Like at some point in time, it was maybe more common to have people like Min,
Hmm.
and they would openly talk about, oh, I see this, I see that, and I predict this. And those became the omens. And then people forgot about it. And probably after the war against the Aes Sedai, where the Aes Sedai became less trusted, especially the Ashaman and everything. So I always wondered, like, how it started, how the omen started, like, or was it a fact that just Min is a very unique character
Yeah, well,
has a
and
power that nobody else has.
currently in the world, as in its current state, well, this world anyway, is Min is really the only one. The Aes Sedai had said that she's the first one they've met in probably
Yeah,
400 years or so.
but I
So
think
it's extremely rare on this
yeah, but
side of the ocean anyway.
I think Tuon mentions that she's a certain. She gives her a
She's a seer.
title,
Yeah,
like
seer, a grand
yeah.
seer.
I guess
Yeah,
it's serious. It's usually Jordan was more original than that,
yeah.
but the Sanction have seen that before. I think.
They've seen it
She,
before,
yeah,
and she makes Min pretty much the second most powerful. Well, no, we're jumping ahead. I don't want to talk about that anymore.
yeah. But it was
That,
just
that's
something
book
that
four. That's book
came up.
13, 14
Yeah.
stuff anyway. But
So in
so
the White Tower, you have the Black Aja hunters, which are mostly sitters,
mhm,
who were able to identify one last month by unholding themselves and retaking the oath, and then declaring that they're not of the Black Aja. And then there was one, I don't remember her name, but there was one who would not do it. So obviously, you're a Black Aja.
yep,
And so they captured her, but now they're hunting another one, and they're waiting for her to expose herself or, you know, be alone, so that they can try to get to her. And then in the White Tower, there's a lot of replacement sitters, and it seems that um,
two
a lot of
factions are.
the Aja's heads conspired in it. Um, then you have Catherine, who I don't remember who she is. She arrives outside Tarvalon at the same time as Tarna, and both demand passage into the city. Why would they? Who are those? Tarna, Ice City of the Rejaja, novice, 9 years accepted, blah blah.
Yeah,
See, there's so many characters at one point you forget what they do.
yeah,
Anyway, Gawin's gonna stop feeling obligated, uh, any type of obligation to the White Towers after they tried to have him and the younglings killed, which was a pretty dumb move. I mean, you had a bunch of warders in training who became a unit, and they're loyal to the White Tower, but you're afraid of them, so you decide to kill them. But that could have been a Black Edge plot.
yeah. Yeah, and see, and now inside the White Tower, it's starting to become divided because these sitters are Black Aja because they originally thought Aleda was they were pretty
Yep,
sure that Aleda was Black Aja. It turns out she's not, but she's being used by the keeper of the you know
seals.
keeper of the she's basically a puppet right now because
Yeah. But
Aleda's
she
a
doesn't
puppet.
know. She's just being used and stroked in the right direction.
Yeah, because her keeper keeps changing, and sending out orders under Aleda's name, and Aleda discovered it, confronts her about it, and the Black Aja, who is one of the white Ajas, disguises herself as a white Aja, pretty much just beats her, just beats her and tells
Yeah.
her to be a good puppy, be a good puppy or else. But so then we go back to Matt, who's decided that the dice in his head is start rolling. So he and his party need to leave the circus. They're going one way. He decides to go another, and Tuon starts asking him uncomfortable questions. That he doesn't feel like talking about. Like Tuon asks Matt if he remembers Hawkwing's face, which freezes him. While memories of Kulain fighting and losing to Hawkwing come to this. He starts remembering all these things. Tuan then promises not to try to escape or betray him in any way. Matt spits on his hand to seal the bargain. She asks about the writing on his spear. Thus our treaty is written, thus is the agreement made. Just as their hands touch, sealing their agreement, the dice stop in his head. You know, uh, um, Tuan, and then it was the guy you like, Tom, enters the tent and lets them know that Tuan has been declared dead. So
Yeah.
if they and so if they run into any Shanchan, or anyone, her rank, her nobility, being the empress, won't save them because everybody, you know, thinks that she's dead now. So,
Yeah,
um,
but she's gonna. Yeah, yeah. I'm getting ahead. Never mind.
yeah, yeah. So then he takes Jolene. That's the one they always give. Aes Sedai is giving him problems. She's of the Green Aja. Uh, um,
Yeah.
then you've got Edsina, Teslin, Bethamine, Seta, and Rena. Seta and Rena are rescued. Domain. Uh, um, and then Matt had someone mentions Rand's name, and he suddenly sees a rainbow of colors.
Oh, that's
Uh,
right. Is it in that book that starts that when
yep.
the three taverines start thinking of each other, they start think
Someone
that
mentions their name, they start seeing images of what the other ones are doing or
yeah,
where
yeah,
they're
yeah.
at. They start seeing that,
And Matt hates it. Matt's
absolutely.
like, get out of my head because he thinks it's Rand trying to talk to him or get into his head
Yep,
at
and,
first.
and so at the mention of name, the image coalesces of Rand and a group, Rand and a woman, sitting with each other, which is him and Elaine. Shortly after, they
Yeah, yeah.
the three women bond, force, bond him as their warder. So he's got
Oh,
three
that's
wives.
yeah.
So so it's really funny stuff. So and he curses at it, saying, "Oh, I wish Rand would stop."
Yeah, exactly.
he
He's
hates
and then
he
I
hates it.
think Perrin realized what it is faster than what Matt does.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because it happens to Perrin. Because Perrin, he's starting to realize that people are meeting with Mazima
Hmm.
behind his back. And then Berlin. Okay, so Perrin got hurt, and Berlin, while he was comatose in his room recuperating, she spent the night in his tent, just sitting on a bench, to ensure that everybody in the camp thought that he slept with her.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
how much of a bitch she is.
One of her little
And
plots.
then came one of the greatest phrase in the history of anything when Perrin was talking with the next morning, he was talking with his the previous what's the title's name? The Eyes and Ears. The guy that used to work for Pedro and Niall,
Yeah, yeah,
who's now Perrin's butler,
yeah.
and he he's talking to him, and then there's an old woman who used to tend to fail in Perrin, and now she's giving dirty looks to Perrin. And then Perrin's like, "What's her problem?" And he's like, "Well, people think that you did this with Berlin." And Perrin is like, said thinks the phrase that his master smith used to tell him is that a woman will believe anything about a man if it's bad. And you know what? That's freaking true.
True, absolutely true.
Sometimes you don't even need the proof. And I remember, okay, when Schwarzenegger was accused of having kids with his maid, when he was running for governor like years ago. Okay, it turned out it was true, but the point is that the moment it came out, we had no proof. And the girlfriend I was with at the time, she said, "Well, that shows, he's just a man." I'm like, "You bitch! This is a great man. He did tons of things." And on a rumor, because the rumor is bad, you're gonna believe it. And when Perrin remember that, I was like, "Yep, you know what? He's absolutely right." And countless of times I've witnessed this to be true.
Yep.
So yeah, that was my parenthesis. So anyway,
Well, it's all true.
um,
So
oh yeah,
meanwhile, uh, Aram informs him that Seb and Balwer and Saland wish to see him. Massima is sending riders towards Amadecia, apparently to meet with the White Cloaks. And Nora, one of the Aes Sedai that Rand sent with him, apparently is having secret talks with Masima. Masima, in case people are forgetting, is pretty much a zealot, a Dragon Reborn zealot in the worst kind of way. In the absolute, I mean, think of the most debauched zealotry you can think of. That's
Yeah.
this guy. Okay, just mad. He's just madness personified. But so they
He
they
dies,
find
right?
out. Yes.
I
Yes.
don't remember how,
It's
but I
in
know
this.
he dies.
I think it's in this book, as a matter of fact.
No,
And it's
it has to be after the
it's
rescue.
Fail. Yes, because Fail and the two women and her two, Berlane and the other ones, hunt him down and kill him.
Oh,
Uh,
that's right.
yeah, because he escaped from the during the fighting, and Fail
Yeah.
and them, tracked him down when Perrin is in sleeping at night. Uh, uh, um, or no, he doesn't. He was planning to leave. So when Fail and Perrin, we're jumping ahead, folks. I'm really sorry about that. But when they go to sleep, she starts to spend the night with him. But at one point in the night, she wakes up. She goes out of the tent, and the two ale women are with her, are waiting and hand her knife and bow and some other stuff, and her sword, and they go to Masima's
Yeah.
tent, drag him out of there, and just stab him to death.
He
Just stab
deserved
him
it.
to yeah.
He deserved it. And
Yeah.
it's in this book that
Fail.
Perrin's gonna make the deal with the Shido.
Yep.
Not the Shido, the
Sean
white
Chan. The
the
Sean Chan.
Sanchan to be able to hunt the Shido because they found out where the camp is.
Yep.
And is
And
it
he
in
makes
this book? I guess it's in this book. You
yeah.
started seeing Fail try like she's being romanced by that big the big ale.
Shido Ale, yeah, yeah, and she
Yeah,
plays along
and
with it because it's all part of her plan to escape. So she plays along with it, but somewhere at some point she did kind of start feeling some kind of way about him because
yeah. So but eventually, that happens gonna, and that's
well,
it's in this book too. It's not mentioned in here, but it's in this book that you start to see the fall of Aram. Remember, the kid,
yeah,
the
he starts to go. He starts his mind starts to
because Elias was right. He's like, this kid knew the way of the leaf for his whole life, and now you let him take a sword to get him to defend his family, but now you're his whole world and you just betrayed. That's the thing, because now Aram also thinks that he slept with Berlin, so he betrayed
Mhm.
Fail, and he's gonna go down a dark path.
Yep. So
He's the most tragic character in the
right. So
side character.
he is.
Yeah.
So in short summary here, Perrin goes to the Sean Chan to arrange a sort of a truce, right? Because they sort of run into each other, and when the Sean Chan ran into a bunch of Trollocs. Of course, the Sean Chan thought Trollocs was just a myth, that it's something I frighten children with. But no, they were very real,
Yep.
and the commander of this group, this Kyrede, I think her name was. I can't remember. A burly woman. Jordan describes her as a tall, burly woman, mannish woman. And
Yeah.
so she, she did. They decide, okay, yeah, truce is a good thing here. Let's do this because they're after the Shido as well because the Shido has raided some Shan Chan camps, and so they're all looking for revenge, and so Perrin, all the Two Rivers folks, Masima and all his army,
Yeah.
and his and the ale that was with Perrin, and the Sean Chant all go strike the Shido camp, and during the confusion, when fail of them are trying to escape,
Hold
Perrin.
on. That's next book.
No, this is this book. This is this book.
Really? Because the resume doesn't say that. It says that they
I
decide to align. Hold on.
I thought it was.
Uh, hold on. I thought it was in Knife of Dreams that That
Uh,
dig fail learns. Yeah. Because in book in Knife of Dreams, Fail learns one of the other Geishan has stolen the Shadow Otrod and
oh, okay. So
Baron.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking,
So
I
they make the
yeah,
deal in this book, and that's
yeah.
the scene I was talking about last month when they're talking, and Perrin's like, holds a piece of wood, and then
Hmm.
two arrows stick into it
Oh,
because
yes,
he has like sniper, and it's to impress the Sanchin. So
yes.
that
Because
was so cool.
Two Rivers are the best bowmen in the world. I mean,
Oh
they
yeah,
can.
they have the best bow and the best weed.
Yeah,
So
even all the girls are taught how to hunt with a bow. I mean, like Nynaeve, to impress uh, um, uh,
land,
Lan,
she
when
tracks.
she was like, "You followed my track." She goes, "Please, I seen
Yeah,
rabbit make less track. I've seen rabbits, you know, who made less tracks than you do."
yeah. Oh yeah,
and,
she's good.
yeah, and she put an arrow right in one of the it was in, I think, book 2 or 3 when they were still on the run. She grabbed a bow and put an arrow right into one of the Trollocs, right
Yeah.
between its eyes, and Lan was like, "Wow."
Oh yeah. No, she knows what she's doing. Hey,
Oh
I
yeah,
forgot about Bane and Chaya. They're
yeah, fail. Yeah.
with Fail in the Shadow camp, and
Hmm.
oh, Roland, that's his name. Roland takes a liking to Fail. Yeah, okay, now I
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
And then you have Elaine, who travels between several locations in Andor to gain the support of the houses for the vote. Dylan brings the high seat of 4 of the larger houses who pledge allegiance to her.
Hmm.
She's the shit. And
Yep.
then,
And I was surprised to learn that Sue Lin had decided to join Perrin's Ale, Perrin's group of ale
yeah,
that went with. I was surprised because Sue Lin considers Rand her younger brother, and she was the one that when Rand was stolen screamed out, they took him. The Aes Sedai have stole my first brother, and wailed and cried and screamed, and she, she's the
but
one that.
she's loyal. So I'm guessing that's one of the reasons Rand sent her with Perrin because I can trust you. I know
Yeah.
you won't betray me,
Well,
because
that's true.
Rand
That's true.
always had a plan behind every move he made.
That's true. So, and
Yeah,
who better to trust with Perrin than with your quote unquote older sister? One of the women that he considers, because Su Lin
exactly.
was the leader of of the Maiden of the Spears. She was the leader of the Maiden of all the Maiden of the Spears followed her lead. So to have the leader there, you know, again, she just suddenly showed up there. Maybe she had traveled there, obviously from Rand to Perrin's camp, but suddenly she was there because she returns with your favorite guy, your, your favorite guy, Elias.
Oh yeah, that's my
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
interesting. I wish he would have done more.
Yeah,
Honestly,
and Suin even says, hey, you wetlanders are all soft, but this Elias guy almost snuck up on me. He got.
but I mean, he's been living with wolves for like 10 years now. So
He said,
mm,
I almost didn't hear him until he was, you know, 10 feet behind me.
yeah.
And Elias just sort of shrugged, like it was no big deal. Because in the book, it's even said, you can't sneak up on an aisle. On the ale, you can't sneak up on him, and here's Elias just doing it casually.
Yeah, exactly. It's just run of the mill. Like, yeah, we're good. Nah, I love that guy.
Oh yeah,
What else is there in this book? Uh,
um,
oh yeah, I think it's Egwene. She figured out how to create Quendalar.
Sulindar, Sulindar.
Come on, there's a U there. It's QN. No,
Yeah, it's Sulindar.
Swindilar, Swin.
Sulindar. That's what that's.
Freaking lexicon, man. Hold on.
I'll believe
Ah,
whatever
he didn't
it
put
says.
the pronunciation to it. He cut that
I
off.
see. I call it Sulindar for ease because
It's
it's
Dilar. Quint. All right, Swindler. We'll settle for half of each. All right,
Okay, swindler.
Swindler. And so basically, Egwin, they at night, because now the siege of the White Tower is there, and she has people, including herself, turning the iron gates into Swindler so that they can't open the gate. They can't leave the city. People
Hmm.
can't leave the city, and she gets more authority over the hall. There's always people trying to make trouble for her, but she crushes opposition. She's really good, and she
Oh
keeps
yeah.
within the law, and she's good.
Oh yeah. And
Um,
Elaine. And meanwhile, Elaine is busy trying to you know confirm her power there in Camlin, and she's traveling here and there through all the noble
yeah,
families trying to gain their favor for her as queen and I can't remember, is this the book where there's sort of a battle there in Camlin? Maybe not.
well, yeah, there's a siege in Camlin right now,
Uh,
so she's gonna settle people. She's
um,
gonna help people, and she's gonna have the Windfighter opening gateways to keep Camlin supplied. And there's also the Mirilil who's
mhm. and
supposed to
she
go with the
and
sea folk, but
they
she
all
flees.
feel.
And huh? You still there?
Oh, I think we all froze here.
Oh, there you go. You're back.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Hello.
So yeah, Mirilil, she's supposed to go with the sea folk, but instead she flees, taking one of the Windfinder apprentices with her. So people have their own agenda all the time. Um,
Hmm.
Hold on, Elida. Oh yeah, Elida is trying to insist that the blue be disbanded because she doesn't like him. That's pretty much what it is.
Yep.
There's sitters return from where the taint was cleansed and report that Shadar Lagat is no longer there, and that Satan was used, which leads them to assume it was the Forsaken because they're too stupid to figure out it's Rand.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
everybody on the entire planet felt what Rand and Nynaeve were up to. I mean, even Elaine and them. Elaine could knew Rand was doing something. She felt the power
well,
emanate
yeah,
from
because
there.
she has the bond,
She has,
but everybody
so
else
she knew
felt it.
Rand was there. But she didn't know what happened. She did only that there was either a huge battle or what was going on. She just knew that Rand was there and that he was okay. Otherwise, through the bond, she probably could have felt whether he was not or not.
Yeah.
But that's all she knew. So she 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 wants to go. She wants to go there and find out what's going on. She wants to go, but there everybody at the castle saying, no, 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 no. You have things to do. You have to stay here. But
Yeah. Well, Egwene's gonna
so
have an
especially with
alliance
her
with the
being,
Ashaman. She's gonna forge that. She
yeah,
forged
especially with her
the
being,
yeah. While it's a risky move, but well, they don't know that the Black Tower is corrupted, basically, and I think we start to know
mm-hmm,
that already. But the original sitters are going to be disgusted by that because you're not supposed to work with Manu channels. But then
oh yeah,
Lelaine wants to bond the Ashaman, and actually she wants to modify the bound so that they can compel the Ashaman. And Gwen, she believes that Ren is doing similar, but she still refuses. And it's not Ren doing it; it's Tame. Um, and then that's when she tells Romanda her plan for the kin, where I said I could be removed from the oath and retire into the kin so that they could live longer. She Sharina takes on the responsibility of the novice to do as their show, as they should, sorry, to the bemusement and annoyance of various Aes Sedai. Nicola disappears. Nicola, that's a girl. And I knew a guy called Nicholas. Anyway.
yeah,
And then, oh yeah, you still have the series of murder and they don't know, it's Arengar who's posing as Egwene's maid
Hmm.
with the big boobs. I remember that he has big
Yep.
boobs.
Yep. And
And he's continuing to give the headaches to Egwene with the power. And
yep.
eventually, Egwene converts the harbor chain to Swendelar before being betrayed and caught by the Tower Aes Sedai. So now
Yep.
she's going to
And
be
it turns out,
Elida's prisoner.
that it was Nikolai because because she felt that the Egwin wasn't training her or teaching her enough. So she betrayed her to the White Tower, let them know the plans because she was.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
That's right. She is such.
Yeah. Well,
People are so petty. Like, I mean, if people would actually trust each other
yeah.
in this
Well,
world,
to her
none
credit,
of this would have happened.
because she's jealous that Egwin, because she's one of the girls from the Two Rivers, and so she thought she'd get special treatment from Egwin because she's a fellow Two Rivers
Yeah.
girl. But she's only 12, and she wants to learn everything that Egwin knows, and
Yeah.
why can't she learn all this stuff and be like Egwin, but Egwin, just pushed her aside. No, there's a way to do this, and you have to do it the right way. I'm the head of the White Tower. I have to set an example, and babying you, and not letting you get away with things you're not supposed to do. Like she was secretly meeting boys and other stuff behind Egwin's, all the camps.
Yeah, people have sex at young age in that series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's disgusting, but hey, it's just probably happened in our world history too. So
Yeah.
back in medieval times or something. But anyway, so Egwin at the end of the book, Egwin it gets captured by the Aleda,
Yeah.
and that's you know uh, um, at the end of the book, things are not winter because of after the bowl of winds was used and the long summer is over. Winter has finally come to the continent, and it's came on strong. But
Yeah.
not only that, is food is starting
You
to
know, I thought
spoil.
this was all fantasy, right? Because, well,
Mhm.
it is fantasy when the bowl of wind was used, and after that, winter was stronger. It happened here, like maybe 8 9 years ago. We were in a microclimate from, oh man, I think it was like from December 10th up until December 29th. We had, just in our area here near Ottawa, we had temperature above 10, which normal season is minus 20.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
we were under some special conditions and stuff like that. And then one night, temperature dropped radically and it started snowing. I used to work at a rental property uh, company. So we would deal with the cleaning, like the rents and everything, and also taking
Hmm.
care of the parking lot. There was so much snow within one day that it looked like it had snowed for 2 months. Okay.
Wow.
Everything was jammed, and where the snowplow actually were able to work, do their job, we had snowbanks of over 3 feet.
Nice.
Everything was jammed. It was terrible, and that reminds me of Winter's Heart,
Hmm.
where winter came so much stronger because it's been delayed.
Yep.
So and when I lived it. Okay, it was I wasn't hunting Trollocs and shit like that, but
Yeah.
it was interesting.
So at the end of the book, common folk are starting to notice that all the grains are suddenly infested with insects, and meats are rotting almost right after the kill. So again, it's the Dark One's power reaching out to affect the world. So
Yeah,
he's getting stronger, and that's the book ends on a somber note, saying that you know this is uh, this is the world to come. And Nicola also is another one of those girls who has the gift of foretelling like men, but in a different way.
Well,
I
she's
forgot
more
that. I
like
forgot to mention that. Yeah.
the she's more like the keeper that had a stroke when Bren was
Hmm.
born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She,
So
like I said, she's the one who betrayed her. She'd been caught eavesdropping and trying to learn things that are above a novice level. She'd been meeting with a soldier in secret. So um, like I said, that's where the book ends. So book ends book 10, and we'll be moving on next month to book 11. So final thoughts on this book. That's you. Your final thoughts on the book.
final thoughts. I'm glad that there's less and less plot lines because it was hard to follow.
Hmm.
And we're getting to next book is the last book written purely by Robert.
Yep, yep. He
And
passed away shortly after writing this novel. And incidentally, this novel, when it first was released, was so went to number one for and the last went to number one bestseller almost immediately, and it lasted, I don't know, like 6 months. It was bestseller for 6 months, and it's one of
yeah,
three of the Wheel of Time books that were bestsellers. It wasn't the first one, it wouldn't be the last one either. But yeah, so it's a good book. It's one of my favorites. Again, it's a Matt heavy book, and Matt quickly becomes my favorite character, and then Eve right after
what
my
do you mean
second
he
favorite
quickly
character.
becomes? He's been your favorite character since book one.
That's true.
Sure.
I love his mischievous, boisterous nature. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Me was
anyway,
in the original, in the beginning, Perrin, or throughout the whole series, Perrin has been my main character. I was really disappointed in book four when we just don't book five when we just don't see him.
yeah,
But
yeah.
he's my main man.
If everybody has their favorite character, and for mine, Matt is definitely mine. So
Favorite
anyway,
woman? Who's your favorite female?
Nynaeve by far.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's hard to beat. I think I'm
I
gonna go with Bridget. She's
Bridget. Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, yeah. She's an interesting character.
Yeah,
I think Avienda is my second favorite.
me too.
She's
Yeah, oh yeah, I'll agree with that. Avienda.
Avienda is pretty cool. Um, yeah, yeah. So, um, Egwin, I've never. Yeah, I'm about it because look,
I I
it starts after she becomes the full fledged White Tower leader of the White Tower. The way she treats Rand is just, and for example, it's like when she's locked in her cell, she says to herself, "Huh, I wonder if this is how Rand felt." Well, how the hell would you know? How did you know he was even captured? It was
yeah
never in any of these previous books since Rand's capture was she told about Rand's capture, and suddenly she knows about
yeah, but come
him
on,
being caged.
she had to know off panel. Like it's some shows. The character
Yeah,
just knows stuff because they've been told off panel. I'm
yeah,
thinking.
because it made no sense to me, and I was like, "What the heck?" I think it was an oversight on Sanderson's part, where he assumed she knew about what happened to Rand
Yeah,
and just wrote it in there. That's
I thought
my
that she knew. Yeah, it could
no,
be. Yeah.
yeah, because I went back and looked, and I was like, okay, so when did she find out? Because it, they all she was ever told is that Aleda sent an embassy to meet with Rand. All right, and then suddenly, when she's in prison, she talks about, I wonder how Rand felt when he was in the box. Well, how did you know?
Yeah. You weren't there.
You weren't there. You weren't
I get
told
what you're
about it.
saying. I
Yeah.
get what.
So, but at anyway, it was a good book. Look
Yeah.
for us for book 11 next month. And Raz, please, tell everybody once again where to find you.
You can find me on YouTube and Facebook at Razyel Kane or Razyel Kane Reviews on my Facebook page, which I prefer people would just follow my page instead of sending me friend requests because it's getting a huge list. You can find me on Instagram, where I just posted a volcano experiment with my kid. Actually, I
Nice.
posted it to my YouTube too. I don't know. Did you see it?
I'll have to check it out. Maybe I
All
did.
right.
I can't remember right now. I can't remember,
Yeah,
but
and
I'll have to check it out.
it's good. Yeah, it's the latest video on my channel. I posted it today, so check it out. We blow a volcano. It's you can learn a couple French words from that. So there you go. So yeah, that's pretty much where you can find me. Also, you can find me in Gatineau, the suburb of Ottawa.
All right.
How about you?
And I, of course, am I am, of course, NinjaBill Reviews, and you can find me as NinjaBill Reviews on YouTube, Shinobi Birru on Facebook, Shinobi Birru on keyformers.com. It's really the only place I'm at right now, places I'm at right now. And above everything else, hey, folks, be good to each other. Take us out. That means you.
Man, I'm never I never do it on cue. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell. And hold on. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Also, leave a comment. We love reading those. And remember, nothing in life gives you a right to be an asshole. Take care. Do I press